Good evening, guys, and welcome, and lasses as well, obviously. And yes, we are on the Midland 4001 tonight. We're not going to do it, we probably won't do a 3001, because a 3001 is in between a 001 and a 4001. It's the same bloody radio. The only difference is the 3001, the 2001 only has a few switches on it. The 4001 has many switches, and the 3001 has a few less switches. Has a few less switches than the 4001, and it has a few switches more than the 2001. So we probably won't do a 3001 unless it's an American AM one, which we've got but doesn't work. So we'll probably get into that one. It needs all rewiring because somebody converted it from AM to FM and put a UK FM board in it. They went the whole 9 yards on it to convert this thing. But I want to convert it back to American AM to what it should be, but I'm having trouble. But we're going to get that sorted. Now let's go through the good evenings. There's quite a few names up here, isn't there? Many of them are the same, so we should be alright. Hello Ray, hello Jason. I don't have to read all that, do I? I'll tell you what I'll do, guys, unless it relates directly to the product that we're currently looking at. I won't read it out, I'll just read it It's just Jason and Ray really just having a chat together, isn't it? That's fine. And hello Harvey! Yeah, I know, I'll get to it, Harvey, don't worry. I'll get to it. Yeah, I'll get to it. I don't think you need a wrench though, do you, Harvey? Because you spend most of your time. Can't do it from here. No. You spend most of your time asleep anyway, so do you really need one? I'll sort it. Hello, Clarence. No worries, mate. You come in and out when you want to. Yeah, just come in and out as you please. No worries on that. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to move down, because if we sit here all night, we're getting outdone. So we're going to go down, and we're going down to here. There you go. Hey, do you know what I did last night, guys? As you notice, I've taken a picture, I've taken one of the videos from one of the cameras from here, and we've added the USB oscilloscope, so you guys can see. And we've also got, if it will all work, let's go through the cameras. Don't worry about that one. That's the, yeah. And there we go. Don't worry about camera 2. We're going to cycle through camera 2. We'll just go right past that, because I can't be arsed unplugging it. So, if I move over to here, guys, we've got, I will show you the front, and I've put a cloth down because I don't want this getting scratched. And by the way, if anybody's radio comes in for repair and it is immaculate, I will put a cloth down. If they're really nice and we don't want them getting marked, we will put cloths down to protect the radios, don't worry. Soldering iron in case we need it. There we go. Oscilloscope. Can leave that there. Now if I turn this round, we can see got a shine in the paint. Just give you a quick look. There you go. There's the 3001. From Midland. Hang on a minute, guys. I've got, what do you call it? Load of fucking crosses and shit on my screen. Let me just get rid of that lot. That's in me fucking do me head in that. There you go. Right. I'll tell you what I did last night, guys. I cleaned out the front USB ports on my computer because they were full of fucking bits of breadcrumbs and food and fucking... There was all sorts of shite in them. You couldn't get the fucking leads in properly because I wanted to use the front USB port for the oscilloscope. So, you know, and there we go, guys. That is my Midland 4001. So what we'll do, I've just got oh, that should be interesting. Yeah, I've got a video from microchips to watch later. A multi-mode with lots of rot, I think it says. So what we'll do, we'll start by taking this apart very carefully and very gingerly because we don't want to scratch it. Move that Rotel mic. We're not using the Rotel mic. We're going to use the Midland's own mic. This has got new screws in it as well. Well, some of them are new, some of them are not. But that might need polishing up, that one. Yeah, but why am I being so... I hope this lifts off here. It's not stuck to it. No, it's not. There we go. It's not perfect, this radio. Don't get me wrong, guys. You know, it isn't perfect. There are a few blemishes, but then again, the idea wasn't going for perfection. We weren't going to make a new radio that, whoops, this is nice and hard, this paint. I'm going to order some more of this because I've got a couple of other Midlands and it's really, really good paint and it goes on nice and thick. There you go, guys. Alright, put them out of the way because we don't need them. Move that screwdriver because I don't think we're going to need that for now. Now let's take the top off. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. There you go. Did you know, guys? Did you know that the utility bra was invented by an American during World War II? And that's true, that, you know. Yeah, the reason why it was called a utility bra is because one yank and it was off. So we'll put that there, we'll get another cloth. My next cleanest dirty rag. Put that there. So we can't use the keyboard, we can't use Andy, do you ever consider using a clear coat like on cars, or is that overkill? No, that's overkill. That's overkill. It's a CB radio, for fuck's sake. It's a CB radio, not a Lamborghini. No, come on. No, that is a bit overkill. If I was doing, rest that there for a sec. If I was doing, see, the thing is, Martin, they never had clear coat on them when they were new. If had very little paint on them, when they were new, some did, some didn't. But put that there. There we go, guys. Wrap these together. It doesn't matter too much anyway, because there we go. Right, there's our Midland in its most basic of forms. Right, so what we'll do, guys, we'll do the transmitter first. Now, this could all go horribly wrong. So what we'll do, we'll plug in the Marconi so you lot can see it. Now this could all go horribly, disastrously wrong, because it did last night, guys. It did last night. I had to record that video you got last night for the 2001. I had to record that fucker twice. Why? Because something went wrong, and when I keyed the mic, it crashed the computer and everything. And everything, the computer locked up and everything, guys. So first we'll check what frequency it's on. If it goes off, don't worry, I'll be back in about 5 fucking years. So what we'll do, we'll connect this. Connect that to there. And we'll connect. See what we did, we connected that to there last night. I want to try hang on, channel 20, (2779,126). Let me just take you to the frequency counter, guys, and show you that it's actually bang on. If we can go to the appropriate camera, I can show you the power while we're there as well. Right, there's the power. Just lift that off. There's the power. We're doing 4 watts, and it's 4 watts just over. It's perfect. And if I put just capacitively couple the counter. Oh, hang on, let me move the camera. We need to move the camera to the counter. It would help, wouldn't it, guys? You want to see the counter. Last night I went to bed, I had the strangest dream. I did, guys, I had the strangest dream. I had a dream I seen inside Harvey's wallet. Oh, it was horrible, guys. Yeah, it was horrible, yeah, it was horrible. Yeah, there was Roman money in there, guys. It was horrible. It was the wallet that I forgot. Yeah, you don't want to go in there. Don't have nightmares. Stay out of Harvey's wallet. Are we ready? (2779,12120,126). There we go. There you go, guys. We're actually perfectly. We're on frequency, so we're not even going to adjust that. We're not even adjusting that. Right. Let's have a look at the power. Let's have a look at the balance. Let's have a look at the power balance. Because if I don't have to adjust it, guys, I won't. I want to do the receiver on this, but I know the transmitter got done. But if I don't have to adjust it, I'm only going to show you where to adjust it. I'm not going to actually physically move anything, because there's no point. Because I did the transmitter on this when I first got it, so. There you go. Let's move up a bit. Down, shall we say. There we go. Come on. There you go, that'll do you. I take it you can all see my meter. Right, so let's flip the mic. And see where we are. I can actually read my meter from here, guys. But I can read it from the screen actually. So we're on just over 4 watts, which is right, because my meter is a bit generous. So let's go to channel 40, and we're on. Yeah, no change. Channel 1. No change. That's perfect. Should we see what our little meter tells us? Let's go back to camera 3. You won't see this, but we'll see what our little meter tells us. I'll just tell you what it says, because it's. But we're pretty balanced there, guys. So what we'll do, we'll unplug the Marconi. Oh, I'll show you what you have to adjust. I'll zoom in. We're not adjusting it because there's no need. I don't see the need, because I've done this when I first got it. I didn't do the receiver though, because I was having trouble with receiving on the Cyanide and stuff. So I wasn't really doing much receivers. And if I did do them, I did them crudely. Right, are we ready? On channel 1 we are 3.9, 1, 4 dead on 4 watts on channel 40. So we can bring the power up slightly. Mind you, is there really any need for 0.1 of a watt? Is there really any need? 3.92. No need, we'll leave it. And channel 20. Yeah, we'll bring it up slightly because it's reading just slightly under. And all we do is just melt the grease and wax in the top of there. Dip the tool in, there we go. We just want to, there we go, 4.03, go to channel 40, 4.1, 4.05, just come down slightly. There we go, 4.03, 4.02, 4.05, and channel 20, 4.05, 4.04. Perfect. Now what we'll do, we'll melt the wax. There you go. So now you can't tell that it's been touched. So before we go, let's check the transmitter's meter. It's a bit high, so we want to come down a bit with the transmitter meter, and it's this one here for the transmitter meter for this. Put it in between the 3 and the 5. There we go, that's 4 watts. Right, deviation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello. I think we could go a bit higher, and I think this is a deviation here, I'm not sure. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. No, that's not it, so it's this one here. Yeah, where are you? There you are. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's about it. That's what we want. We're alright now. Right. Right. I'll show you what you need to adjust for the transmitter. Should you need to adjust it, guys. Just move that meter out of the way. There we go. Put that there. I'll show you what you need to adjust. We're not going to adjust a transmitter that works perfectly good. Not even on my watch. Right. Right, we can all see there now, can't we? Right, so to adjust your transmitter, don't touch this here, that's your VCO. This little red one here is for your frequency. You use him to adjust your frequency. Now, for your transmitter, you adjust him, and him down there. That's your adjustments for your transmitter. You've also got a, what do you call it here on these, an SWR warning. I don't adjust that because half the time it doesn't even work, so I don't adjust that. Now what we can do, we can leave that where it is, move the mic out of the way so we don't accidentally squeeze the mic, because we don't want to squeeze the mic because we're going to be doing the receiver, and we'll go through the receiver because, as I say, when I got the radio I didn't go through the receiver. And right, so now there we go. Get everything lined up. Everything we need to get to we can see everything. So let's get our external speaker socket. I can't remember which one it goes in, I'll soon know. Right. So why is our oscilloscope not working? Why is the oscilloscope not working? It was fucking working earlier, that, because I checked everything to make sure that it was alright before I came on. So let's just double check. We've only got a line there. Our oscilloscope's gone off. Yeah. Right, well there's one of the fucking... utility. turn this down a minute. I don't know where. Right, that's pause. Let's go. So where the fuck's the fucking utility display? Give me a minute, guys. Oh, hang on. Where the fuck's the oh, for God's sake. I could unplug it actually. The yellow line's disappeared. So unplug it and plug it into the one with the green line. There, the fucking yellow line's appeared now. Right, so if I plug it into the one with the yellow line and the one with the green line, now click on that, see if it automatically sorts it out for us. Right. Out! Let's turn this down a bit. There we go. Let's try that. Might not have had enough volume on it. But I don't understand. Oh, I don't get this. Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, it's all set, it should be set to both. Right, trigger. That's on channel 2. I'm trying to get the fucking line to change to a wave. Yeah, you gotta love it, haven't you? Especially if it doesn't. Hang on. Let me turn this fucking sound down. Now I can turn it down there. Right. Display. Right, that's not what we want. Get off. Right, let's try and maximise that. No, it doesn't do anything. About the controls. So you did have controls at the side, but I turned them off. Calibrate. Doesn't help, does it? Well, it's connected properly here. Just check we've got both of them connected. Yeah. Right, let's close the fucker down. Right, just turn that volume down a minute. Right, let's try again, shall we? Fuck's sake. Try again, shall we? It was working this afternoon because I fucking tried it before I came on. Right. And let's plug that back into the yellow one. Because it was working, I checked it. Right. It's just not doing what I want. I want the see, I'm trying to bring up the controls at the side. Right, trigger. Channel 1. I can't remember how you get the controls back on the side. Right. Control window, it's there. Right, so if I now that's for the green one, that's for the, see what this does. There you go. Can't move it any lower down though. Let's turn. Right. How the fuck do you move it down to the middle? I can't fucking read that, it's all too small. I don't know how you, I think you do it, I think you move it down. That doesn't make much fucking difference, does it? Press that button. Turn the volume up. There we go, that's a bit much. Right, that's it. Let's see what the volume looks like on the cyanide. That's a bit too much volume, so let's turn that down. That's about it. Now we've still not got the fucking scope on the fucking screen now, have we? I think this is a bad idea. Let's try. Let's make sure that the fucking scope. There we go. Now let's. All this fucking about, guys. I don't know why, but I can't move. Oh yeah, there we go. Right, there we go. Why didn't they fucking do that the first time? Now if I go to here, go to window capture, there you go. There we go. Ah, that'll do, won't it, guys? Ah, that'll do us, won't it? There we go, that'll do. Right, so now, finally, it's a lot of fucking about that USB scope. That's why I very rarely use it. Put a bit of volume on. Right. Now what we'll do, we'll turn this down. Signal generator, we'll turn that down. Oh no, we won't. We need to do the detector. Right, let's just do the detector. Detector is this one here, guys. It's right at the front of the radio, right at the top. This is the red one there. And what we want to do is adjust the detector for maximum recovered audio. That's probably about it. Right. And that's all we need the scope for. We're not going to use it for anything else. So let's turn this down. To about there. We're on 111 dB. So what we'll do next, guys, we will start to tune up the receiver. Where's the small tool I was using before? Oh, there it is. So watch what I do, guys. Try and keep up. So we'll start at the top here. If you get any tight ones, put your soldering iron in case they've got wax in them. That's about as maximum for that, I think. Yeah, it's about as maximum for that. Just check. I like to double check. Let's take my glasses off. Yeah, that's about as good. There we go. Right, let's go for this one. There you go, a bit more out of there. Not getting much out of that one. And that's it. That's your transmitter. Don't touch this one, that's your VCO. The one with the wax in it. See how low we can hit it down to? Right. Right, 118 we'll call it. I can hear that coming in at. And we'll just do one more run. Just do one more pass. We're at 109. That's 111. Right, 110. Remember guys, you don't want to oversaturate the receiver. So I think that's about right. I don't think we're going to get... Oh, that's a transmitter one. See, I can't see the cyanide numbers from here. I can only see the needle, so... You just delicately adjust them, guys. There you go. It feels a bit looser nib on that, it is. There we go. Right. Yeah, so we've actually gained not a lot. I mean, these are nowhere near as sensitive as the Cybernets. I mean, that's 132 dB minus 132. That's 120, and we're only just starting to hear it, so we've got a little bit of a gain. Right, and you can tell we've got a bit of a gain. That's going further over that because we haven't turned the volume up. Now let's have a look at the signal meter, and we'll adjust the signal meter for it's dead on, it's S9, so we don't need to adjust that. But if you do need to adjust the signal meter, it's there. And this adjustment here must be for the squelch, which we'll try just to show you. So we'll come down. Where's the squelch? It's a bit too loose, that squelch. I'm sure that's the squelch there. Yeah. So what we'll do, we'll set that to there. Set squelch to threshold. We'll see where it pops back in. Comes in at 115 dB and it leaves at 117. Minus 117, sorry. Comes in at 117. Comes in at 115, minus 115. Let's make sure that the squelch fully opens at 1 microvolt, which is 170, which is, sorry, it's minus 70 dB. Make sure that should really open. There, so let's adjust that. I think it should, because the squelch. Right, see where it leaves us. There you go. Go back. So that's 70 minus 70. And the squelch leaves us on full squelch, leaves us at minus 85 decibels. So if I bring the squelch back down, there we go. That's working, that's good enough. Yeah, 120 you can just hear it. It's about right for these. Yeah, it's about right for these. Right. Anything else we need to check? RF gain. That's on low, that's on DX. That's RF gain down. And that's RF gain up. So we actually do better so that's, yeah, because the RF gain was full up on the adjustment. That's local and that's full up. So yeah. So we're done, guys. We've actually done that adjustment on channel 40. Oh no, we haven't, we've done it on channel 20. The bloody radio's upside down. We've got PA, which we don't use but works. High-low filter in and out, and dim on and off. TX light works. We're not going to key it up because we've got the testing, so we can unplug that now. So unplug this. Unplug the instrument squeaker. There we go, get that squeaker disconnected. There we go, turn that off. Now, does the SWR warning actually work? No. Can we make the SWR warning actually work? Probably not, but let's give it a twiddle anyway. Let's find the correct tool. No, leave that where it was. That doesn't make any difference, guys. Unless the LED's fucked. The LED could be burnt out. But that doesn't matter, they never work anyway. Anyway, so there we go. We can unplug the power supply, unplug the patch lead from the unplug the mic, because we've tested everything. But also, guys, I love these Midland Precision Series radios, and I think they were the best. To be honest with you guys, I think they were the best, not performing, you know, but I think they were the best looking out of all the CBs that were made. I honestly think so. So now we can solder our internal squeaker back on. Yeah, we can get the old internal squeaker back on. And button this back up. I've got a 2003, guys, in a box, you know. And that's been serviced. I'm not sure if it's had an alignment done, and a receiver alignment, but it's had the transmitter, I'm sure it has. Do you know what the nice thing is, guys? If anyone's ever going to buy a radio off me and they've got any doubts, they can always come on and watch the videos. You know? They can always watch the videos and they can see the radio being serviced. Now, let's turn that round. Yeah, let's go. Oh, let's get them cloths off that. That's got moisture on the top. Yeah, it has. Let's give it a wipe. It has, guys, it's got moisture on the top. Mind you, that being said, fucking clean it, won't it? I didn't expect that. That hasn't, so that cloth might have been a bit, or it might have been a bit damp because I used that cloth to clean it earlier. It's got some marks on here from them microfibers where it's laid on one of them. There's nothing I can do about that, guys. The idea wasn't to make the radio mint, wasn't to make it look like new. The idea was to make the radio look good. And that was the whole idea in the first place. Not to make a radio, not to take a radio that's 40 odd years old. Oh, look at that, I found a potato chip. Get rid of that after. That was from where we had our tea. I peeled the chips in here. Right, so which way does this go now? Let's turn this round that way, because let's zoom out. Hey, zooming. Yeah, we had. There must have been some moisture in that cloth. Anyway, it goes. The other way, because that hole's bigger. Yeah. I think it is. No, that's got the countersunk. No, that's right. Because it got that screw stops it. So, because the other one's got a countersunk hole in it, so you can slide a bracket on. I don't have the bracket for it, like, but there we go. Yeah, and this one is the countersunk screw, which goes there. And I did put new screws in the front, new machine head screws and the new machined thread screws, M3s in the front. The heads are a bit smaller on them than the originals, but they look okay. So, whoops. There you go. You don't need to over tighten these guys. Just put them on. Just put them in, and that's all you do. You don't have to swing on them. Tighten them on, you just put them on. Last night. The next one. Yeah, we're still waiting for the transistors for the record player on the other project. Can't do nothing about that till they come, and capacitors. That's gone in, that's not right. That's the wrong way around. Yep, the wrong way around. Aye. Because we have to make sure that if we do slide a bracket on, somebody's going to end up with this radio, you know, obviously, because I'm not going to keep everything, you know, even though as much as I like this and I've done all this work to it, I won't keep it. I probably will end up somewhere else eventually. Whoa, oh shit. Just been drop tested, but it will end up somewhere else eventually, guys. Somebody's going to end up, that screw's not even magnetic. Somebody else is going to end up with it eventually at some point, they will. But whoever does might want to put it in a car with a bracket, you see. But you never know, because somebody somewhere will have a bracket for that. I have got a bracket, but it belongs to the 3001, because the 3001's the same, pretty much the same size radio. That's it. And there you go, guys. The Midland 4001 for your viewing pleasure. There we go. And when I refurbished the radio, I also refurbished the mic. Just show you the mic. There, the microphone. Also got the treatment as well. Look at that. The microphone, and no, this has not been retro bright, guys. This has been painted by yours truly. The only thing is the thing at the back's missing there, where you hang it on. That's missing, unfortunately. Other than that though, look at that. And the silver bezel there, that came off, and I sprayed that. I didn't spray the black bit, didn't need to. I just polished that, and that's what we've ended up with. A nice mic, a nice radio with the original mic, and that is the mic that came with it. But and that's how you do it, guys. That's all you do. Right, let's come and have a chat with you fellas then, shall we? Let's turn the soldering iron off. Turn the power supply off, because we're done. And that stethoscope is a bit of a nuisance, but we got there, guys. We got there. And I wouldn't mind I set it up, you know, and I went through it all before I came on. And I thought, right, everything's going to work. But it doesn't, does it? It's not always the case. There you go, guys. That's your helping of radio for tonight. Let's see what we've got. Let's get put my glasses on. Right, well, let's come up a bit. Good evening, Paul. Nice to see you, my friend. I've seen things you wouldn't believe. Fuse boxes on fire off the shoulder shoulder of Orion. I've watched arc flashes glitter in the dark near the right, whatever that is. Yeah, I can't pronounce that word. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the arse that USB scope. But I usually have it set. Let's have a play with it while we're talking. But I usually have it set to trigger. I usually have the trigger set for channel 1, which it is. And it's set to auto on the sweep, and mode is set to edge, whatever that fuck it is. Channel 1. If I click that now, auto setup. See, that's turned off channel 1, channel 2 now, which is supposed to do, and leaves channel 1 on, which is supposed to do. Channel 1's going crazy now because there's no input and it looks fucking terrible, and yeah. But that's how it's supposed to be. Right, and that one there. Voltage reference, that's just for voltage reference. Let's turn it on anyway. Right, so now it should now. Math. Source A, source B, volt division. Yeah, we'll leave that as it is, because I don't know what that's doing. So I'll tell you what it doesn't do on here. It doesn't give you the option. I've never seen it for AC DC coupling. It must somewhere. Hang on, vectors. That's right. Intensity. Yeah, that just brightens and darkens it. Non-cursor. Cross cursor. Vertical cursor. Yeah. Yeah. And that one there. Factory setup. Auto setup. You should click that and it should go to automatically what you want. But it fucking doesn't, it's a nuisance. It does now, I don't fucking need it. And yeah, toolbar, status bar, control window, measure window, what's that one? Oh. Tight, vertical, medium, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't fucking use any of that shit. I didn't even know it fucking existed until now. Although I've had this oscilloscope for some time, I've never actually really gone into it. Turn it off, finish with it now. Let's turn off the cyanide meter because we're done with that. That cyanide meter is very good though, guys. I don't have any trouble with that. I did have, but it turned out to be the lead that was giving us a bit of grief, so we sorted the lead out. Made a new lead up, and when I made the lead to have crocodile clips as well, so I can clip it to this, so I can clip it and take the output straight to the oscilloscope for setting up detectors. I might from now on just use the oscilloscope on the fucking meter, or use the oscilloscope that's there. I just thought using the USB scope might be easier. You know, you lot get to see it, but all you see is me adjusting the detector, and that's all I use the scope for. I only use it once in the whole procedure. Right, what are we doing tomorrow night? We don't know, because we might get our bits tomorrow. We might get our fucking parts for our record player. So we could be on Vintage Electronics Repair tomorrow. We don't know this. We haven't got a clue. You know, what time is it anyway? 6 minutes past 8. Yeah, let's have a look what my email was I got before. There we go. Anyway, guys, yeah, we've not heard out of Julie for a while, have we, or Karen? I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay if you're watching, girls. I know Julie was doing something, moving her father back home or something, weren't she, this week? I hope it's all gone well, Julie. Paul, a guy from the 60s, I hope you're well. I've not heard from you for a bit. Hope you're well, Mike Racing Demon, all you guys. Hello, Chris. I see you've just popped in. Nice to see you, my friend. It's always a pleasure. I'll be popping off shortly, because what are we doing tomorrow? Yeah, well, we haven't decided. If we're back on air. What we got up there, we might have a go at. We're not going to do the Fidelity 2000 because that's too close to the hotel. And we've just done one of them last night. I'm not doing a 3001 because we've just done the 4001, and it's the same radio, except the 4001. Doesn't have the mic gain, and I think it has a switch less on the front. Doesn't have a mic gain. Has an RF gain, doesn't have a mic gain, and don't think it has a dimmer to dim the channels. But yeah, we're doing 4 watts on that now. And I mean, yeah, you can get them a bit higher. You can get a bit more out of them, but you freshen the output by doing that, and it doesn't do the transistor any good, and it also melts the coils as well. Might be worth putting a regular video up on the main channel, labelled channel announcement with the link. to this channel in the description. Yeah, I could do, couldn't I? Yeah. Yeah, I could do. Yeah, I could do. Yeah, on Vintage Electronics Repair. Yeah, I put a link to it, to this channel with a video. Yeah. So when you click on that, you end up on, yeah, it'll tell you straight away that there's another channel that you can click on, yeah. Or add more to the or add it to the more in the description. Do people ever read the description? I never do. But that being said, just because I don't doesn't mean other people don't. I never read the description, mate. You know, if I see a channel and I like the look of the thumbnail, I click on it. And the fucking hell's that? Yeah, that's that kid upstairs. Fucking, yeah, we're going to bed in a minute, luckily. Anyway, guys. Oh. Yeah, I do like watching other things. I mean, it's not only electronics I watch. I watch things like people rebuilding old classic cars and motorbikes and, you know, I watch all sorts of stuff, guys. I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't moan really, can I? Because when I was a kid, I was a noisy bastard. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah. You know, it's annoying, but I can't moan about it because, you know, kids are kids, aren't they? And in all fairness, she does if she catches him, she tells him off. You know, she does tell him off. So, you know, in all fairness. So, I'm not going to knock on and complain. There's no point doing that. You know, I have done in the past. It doesn't get you anywhere. You know, it means that you end up with an argument that you'd rather not have. I haven't had an argument with my neighbour now for about 2 or 3 years. It's been a lot, well, maybe not quite 3 years, but certainly been more than 2. And I'd rather keep it that way. But, you know, and the worst thing you can ever argue over, guys, is kids. The 2 worst things in life you can argue over, well, 3 worst things, is fucking women, money and kids. The 2 fucking 3 worst things is women, money and kids. There's no point. You know, I mean, I've never got into a fight with another man over a woman yet, and I don't intend to. Because if you've got a woman and she suddenly decides that she wants to be with someone else, fighting with the guy she wants to be with, that's not going to fucking help matters. You know, she's still going to want to be with him whether you beat 7 colours of crap out of him or not. It's the way it is. You know, if someone's got more money than you or a bigger tool than you, then she's going to fucking want him. Because that's what women do. They go for the fittest and the richest of the species. And it's the same in the animal kingdom. You know, I always argue with the taxman. Yeah, the taxman's different. You know, fucking, he's just a fucking animal, him, and he ain't human, the taxman. I mean, no. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there, I think, because we've covered the radio that we wanted to cover, and we covered it in pretty good time as well. We got through it. I mean, yeah, we didn't adjust the transmitter, but the transmitter had already been done. That's why it was already on frequency, because I'd done it when I got it. So you know, that's why we didn't have to adjust any of that, because it had already been done, but the receiver hadn't. There's quite a few where the receivers haven't been done. And Just out of interest, guys, I pulled Jason's radio back out of the box last night because, as you know, I boxed it up. But when I did the receiver on that, I didn't use the Synad because I hadn't got it all sorted. I was waiting. What was I waiting for? I was waiting for this. I was waiting for the signal generator, wasn't I? I was waiting for that to come. So what I had, I was using the tiny SA, which gets you there, but it's not as good. I mean, it's not as good as having the generator plugged in, because the signal's always moving about. Anyway, I checked it, and you could actually hear it right down to. I decided that I thought I'll just double check it before it goes back, and you could hear it right down. Not that I was worried, I wasn't, but you could hear it right down to minus 32 dB, minus 132 dB. Sorry, you could hear it right. You could hear it right down, and detector was good on it. Well, I knew the detector was good. I set that. Yeah, that's down here somewhere in the box, ready to go back. That's all done and dusted. And I had to open the box anyway because I forgot to put the instructions for the little modification board in case he wants to adjust it. But only adjust the delay, Jason, if you're still watching. Only adjust the delay. Don't adjust the feedback. I've already adjusted the feedback. Adjust the delay only. But yeah, that's it. It's all done. We might even do one of them radios tomorrow. Yeah, what I think I'll do, I'll put one of these. I'll put a video on the main channel. Just one video on the main channel, and I'm not going to put a video that we've got up on this channel. It might just be a talking video, like just sit at the bench and talk for a couple of minutes. It'll only be a short video that goes on. I'm not going to put a video of actually doing a CB. I'm just going to put a video talking about doing a CB. I've seen it, Clarence. I forgot to mention it, mate. I've seen it. Those Pi radios, they're pretty good. I've got a Pi in the bedroom. I got it from a friend of mine. Who's I got it from now? I got it from a friend of mine called Eddie. And what happened was he brought it in to be repaired, but he wanted it as a garage radio. And I said to him, I said, that's no good as a garage radio. He says, why? I said, because it hasn't got FM on it. I said, and they're taking AM down. I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I said, I've got a Grundig, I think it was a Grundig Yacht Boy or something daft like that I had. And I said, I've got this. I said, how about I just give you this, and I'll keep that and I'll restore it when I get round to it. You know, so he said, yeah, okay, I'll do that. He said, because I only want it for the garage, for the shed, like. He said, it's only the shed radio. I said, well, that'll be better for you. So that's what we just did, the straight swap. Better built than the American. Oh, our radios were much better and they were nicer. I find American radios ugly. They just have numbers on them and not station names. You know, ours had the station names and towns and cities and, you know, stations that could be picked up from around the world on them. You know, because they were designed to be shipped around the world. That's why some of them are multi-voltage. But our radios, steak kidney pie. Yeah, I like steak kidney pie. It made me hungry. Yeah, making me hungry. Yeah. Nothing like a hoof pie, is there? A steak and kidney pie. Yeah, lovely. A bit of hoof in your diet. Yeah. Yeah, our radios are certainly better than the American radios. You know, I'm not a lover of American radios. I've never wished to own one. I just don't think there's anything exciting about them. you know, there's nothing interesting on them. You know, to look at that is, they just look boring. You know, you get some people say, we've got this radio, it's an All-American 5, and it's a beautiful look. And fucking, well, you know, they're not. The only things the Americans did, the only things I can think of that the Americans did and did really, really well, and do look beautiful, is the old cars. The old 50s and 60s stuff, and maybe a bit earlier. But radios, no, they should have left radios to people who knew what they were doing. Because one thing the Americans didn't know about was radios. They might understand engines and stuff like that, and how to make fucking things go fast. They certainly can't make an attractive looking radio. That is for sure. They're terrible looking things. I don't like them. You know, there's nothing that's ever said to me, Andy, you should have an American radio. Because all they are is numbers, there's no station names on them. I mean, you know, they're all just numbers, you know, to identify the station. I mean, I suppose if you've lived like that all your life, then you know what all the numbers mean. I mean, you know, like when we listened to AM as a kid, if we listened to it in the front room on the radiogram, what you Americans call a console, if we listened to it on the radiogram, then, you know, we knew where it was on the dial. Like we used to, most often than not, we used to listen to Piccadilly radio. And it was actually compulsory that the radio was always left on Piccadilly, because my dad never listened to anything else. He only ever listened to Piccadilly radio from when it came out right up until he died. Always listened to Piccadilly radio, and same in the car, Piccadilly radio. And Piccadilly radio used to come in on exactly 261 metres medium wave. So, you know, you knew where, it didn't have Piccadilly on the dial, obviously not, but you knew where it was. You know, you knew it was at the top end somewhere, you know, at the other end of the fucking dial somewhere. And even if it didn't have 261 metres, you fucking knew, you roughly knew where it was, so you couldn't really fucking miss it. American radios, they don't have station names. You know, the dials on them are just boring. They're just a strip with backlit. They're just a strip of backlit numbers. No point. I mean, and the chassis, the radio chassis they used was nothing special. It was just a 5-valve chassis. Everybody fucking used it. It was a 5-valve super heterodyne for the most part of it. The 5-valve super heterodyne, and every man and his dog all over the world used it. The only difference is here in the civilized world, we put isolation transformers in most of them. I mean, some of them. I mean, so some of them didn't have. I mean, I did a pie. I did a pie for Paul, a guy from the 60s. I did a pie for him, which he specifically requested me get. A Bakelite Bush or pie radio. And I got one at Goulburn, and me and Steve rebuilt the power supply. And we actually modified the power supply from having red hot resistors in it. We put capacitors in it. We actually built the capacitive dropper. We turned it into a capacitive dropper rather than a mains dropper, which a resistive dropper. A resistive dropper runs red hot. A capacitive dropper doesn't. The only place we left the resistive dropper was in the heater. I think we left a varistor. I think we left a varistor in the heaters, so that the heaters wouldn't get an inrush of current and die. So, you know, and the radio performed very well. Just plug into the dryer outlet. You know, I mean, I have a step-up transformer, so I'll keep the Pi 220 volts. Yeah, they should run at 230 volts, them Pis as well. But so some of them could run at 110. Some of them did, or 120. Some of them did. The export model ones did. The ones made for export did. They made dance-set record players for export as well, because it shows you the modifications that were made. That shows you what they put in the export models, because it says on certain places for export model only. But I've never seen an American do a dance set. I don't think dance set record players found their way into America. I've never seen anyone in America do one on YouTube yet. Yeah, that's the problem with America, isn't it? So that fucking 60 hertz shit. Why can't they be 50 like the rest of the world? Then we wouldn't have to change the fucking the pulleys on our tape recorders if we emigrate. Yeah, 50 hertz transformer is actually more efficient on 60 hertz. Yeah, well, it will be, won't it? You know, Philips brought out, what do you call it, years ago, they brought out their match line range of televisions and video recorders, and the match lines, they could run at 100 hertz. Well, we only run, our line voltage frequency is only 50 hertz. So, how the fuck they did that, I don't know. Because how do you get 100? How do you double the frequency? How do you double the frequency? Unless it was the line frequency. I don't mean the line frequency. I mean the line output frequency, or what you Americans might call the flyback frequency. Might have been that was 100 hertz, but I've never actually seen a manual for one to actually find out. I repaired a couple of them back in the day. And there wasn't much in them, to be honest, in them matchline tellies. I repaired one. I got it off a couple over the road. They were getting on a bit, and they asked me if I could take a look at their video recorder. So I said, yeah. So I went over and had a look at it, and I got it working. But I said to them, it's going to need a full rebuild kit. You know, belts, idlers, heads, well, not the heads maybe, but a full rebuild kit, possibly the heads as well. And she says, okay, but I got it working temporary. I put some substandard bits in that I had, by substandard I mean second hand, and I didn't charge them for the second hand bits. You know, I just charged them a customary tenner to just put them in, really. Just charge them a tenner, put them in anyway. And about 3 days later I get a knock on the door, and it's her son. He says, excuse me mate, he says, my mother lives across the road, my mum and dad live across the road. I said, yeah, what's the problem mate? He said, you did their video recorder. I said, what about it? He said, well, we've got a new one coming and a new telly coming. They just asked me to knock over and knock on and ask if you'd like the old ones. So I said, yeah, I thought he was coming to complain at first. I said, yeah, no worries mate, yeah, thanks. I'll put my shoes on. Anyway, I went over and got them. And we used to live on a bus route, me and Christine. When we were married, we lived on a bus, we lived on a road, and the bus come down. And anyway, I'm fucking dragging this thing across the road on its stand. and fucking with its casters, and there's a fucking bus coming, weren't there? I thought, oh fuck, I hope he sees me. Luckily he saw me. You know, now if I'd have had my sensible trousers on, which I very rarely wear my sensible trousers, but if I'd have had them on that day, I would have said to the lady's lad, the lady's son, you know, can you give me a hand? But I thought I could just do it. Anyway, I got it in. I got it in the house, and I put the television in the bedroom. We had it as a bedroom telly for a few weeks, and then somebody asked me if I had a telly for sale, so I sold it, and I was left with the video. The video was a matching video. It was part of the Philips Matchline range, and the pictures, I will admit, the pictures were fucking superb on it. You know, the picture had a really good picture. So I think the 100 Hz was done through the line stage. I don't think the video recorder was 100 Hz. But there again, they have to, no, it wouldn't have to be, would it? You could use it on any telly. You didn't have to have a Philips telly to use it. You could buy the video as a standalone product, but they got them as a match pair, the telly and the video, when they were new, and they'd had them since the 80s. I mean, this thing was getting on. These items were getting on. They weren't like 3 or 4 years old. They were getting on for about 20 years old then. You know, 15, 20 years old then. So, and the video was a nice big chunky front loader, with a nice decent display and everything on it, and loads of buttons. Anyway, I kept the video because I had that for a long time. And what I did, I contacted my parts supplier, a place called Wizard Distributors, not far. Well, it's a few miles away from me. If you're going on the bus, it takes you half a day to get there and half a day to get fucking back. It's a bit of a trek. You go in the morning, you get back for your tea. So I told the girl the model number over the phone, gave her my debit card or my credit card details. They went through, and she sent the parts out in the post. I actually ordered the whole 9 yards. I even ordered the new video head, because the video head for it was only about 20 quid. I said, I'll chuck a video head in as well, love. I said, while I'm on Bernie, I said, how much is a video head for that? She said, it's £20 something with VAT. I said, I'll chuck a video head in as well then. I said, I may as well put a new video head in it. She says, is it your own machine? I said, it is, love, yes. I says, I was given it by a customer. I says, but it's in really lovely, I even got the remote with it as well, so it's in lovely, really lovely condition. And I had that, we had that in our bedroom for a long time. I forget where that went, I probably sold it. But, you know, I could sell, them videos, guys, them video recorders, they used to sell themselves. They did, honestly, they used to sell themselves, them bastards. You know, as soon as you mentioned I've got a fucking video for sale, there was no shortage of people who wanted one. Everybody that wanted a video recorder came out the fucking woodwork. You know, I had no trouble flogging them fucking things. They were easy, they sold themselves. I mean, you didn't have to fuck about. But the only thing they had to make sure was that they were working. They were working perfectly. I was still selling Ferguson Video Star 3V29s and their stereo counterpart, which was I think it was a 3V30, because the 31 was a front loader. Got one of them in the bedroom, which is currently knackered and needs doing. All works mechanism wise, just no picture. Picture's well, I think there is a bit of a picture, but it's just not right. Needs doing, there's a problem with it somewhere. Probably a whole shitload of caps, and I just don't want to do it. Anyway, I will tackle it one night. Got to be in the mood for that. But I sold a lot. I was selling front top loader video recorders, still well into the 90s. I had no trouble selling them. A friend of mine had a load of them and they were all in bits. But they were complete, but in bits. Completely in bits. And he says to me, he says, why don't you take that lot to your house? He says, put it all back together. He says, and he says, and the ones that work, he said, the ones that you get working, he said, flog them and you will split the money with me. You know, so I said, yeah, we'll do that. So there was about fucking 15 or 20 of the fucking things. Anyway, we got them picked up and got them dropped off at me. I was married then. We got them dropped off at our house. Fucking offloaded them into the fucking living room and started moving them to the... What I did before I moved them to the workshop, which was the shed, I got an extension lead out and I plugged them all in. They were all complete enough to be plugged in. So I plugged them in. The ones that lit up with a clock went into the workshop. The ones that didn't got used for spares. And I think out of 15 or 20 machines, I think we've got about 10 or 11 out of them complete machines. We've got about 10 or 11 complete machines, and I sold them between £50 and £60 each. And so, you know, we got rid of them. I sold one to a friend of mine who lives not far away, and he put it in the bottom of, he had this table with this cupboard in the bottom of this table, and he put it in this table, and he threw the table away, and he forgot his video machine was in there. He threw his fucking video machine away with the table. Because I said to him, we've still got that Ferguson 3V29. He said, no, I bloody haven't, he says. And he told me the story, I burst out laughing. I said, you didn't. He says, I did. Okay, now, just shows you though, doesn't it? CRT tech is the next, it is next level for me. Someday I'll get there. Problem is no one cares about the tech anymore. Well, they don't really. I mean, I did it when you could get... I did it. I was doing it when you could earn a living from it, Clarence. You know, I was doing it back in the day when you could earn a living from it. I don't really want to do CRT TVs. I'll do the odd one. I've got a couple. I've got one belonging to Jay from Jay's Vintage Junk, which is a Ferguson, which is not a Ferguson. It's the same company. It's a Thorn 8000A chassis. I've got a colour set. I've got that to do, and I've got Steve's Ferguson Personal to do. Steve's Ferguson Personal needs to be sprayed, but it needs to be sprayed before the end of the winter, before the end of the summer. So the next clear day we get, that's going outside and it's getting sprayed. I've got some spray on varnish. It's getting varnished. And I've also got to get the workshop aerial up before the end of the summer. That's got to be done in the next few weeks. Forgive me for picking my eye, but there's some shit in it. Yeah, CRT is almost gone, and you know the other thing with these video recorders, there's not really much point to them, because any tape device, any tape playing devices or recording devices, like 12-volt vid said, there's not much point, you know, messing with tapes anymore, because all the machines that use them are dying. You know. I mean, I've got a couple of video machines that still do work, but they're gonna die, of course they are. They don't have a finite lifespan, they're gonna die. They're dying just sat there doing nothing. You think, oh, well, I won't use it, it won't do. Of course they do. Things, capacitors and stuff dry out, and, you know, you see the odd 70s CRT pop up here, but people consider them rare. And want high dot. Yeah, they do. They think the shit's worth money. Yeah, that's the problem. We have it in this country as well, Ray. Yeah, it's called people that have got no brains. People who think the shit's worth money. People who know absolutely fuck all. I mean, you want to see the prices they ask on eBay for CB radios. I mean, some are like a standard volume and squelch, FM shitter, you know, some like a Fidelity 1000, you know, CB 1000. They want fucking stupid money for them. I seen the Midland 3001, it looked like it'd been under fucking water. It was as rusty as fuck, and they wanted 60 quid. It's never going to happen, guys. It's not. You wouldn't even buy it to get spares from it. You know. Anyway. Sorry, Andy, didn't realise. No, don't worry, Chris. A black smudge on my forehead? I haven't. Where? You mean about here? That's not a smudge, that's fucking hair. And those two other things there, they're my eyebrows. I've got a black smudge on my forehead. Oh, that's hair, that there. That's hair, very fine hairs. It's in the camera. Well, I don't know. I can't see it. And I'm looking at the same picture that you guys are looking at. Time for the Philly shave twist. Yeah, we'll be doing that when we get that record player on the bench done. We're not going to play that on this channel because this is not the channel for that. So we're not going to play records on here. But we will play it on the other channel when we get that HMV done. I know it looks a bit cluttered on bench 2 at the moment. It's not just my printer. Because I tried to print out a manual yesterday, it won't fucking have it, the bastard thing. Yeah, printed out a fucking test page. Yeah, they want you to pay stupid money for ink cartridges, and I won't pay it, so I'll just fucking leave it. And when I need to print something, I'll just fucking buy a printer. I'm not paying stupid money. I'd rather spend the extra buy a bastard printer. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. And as usual, yeah, it's getting on for 9 o'clock, and I've got other things I want to do and let him out as well. He's wandering about. Right, I'm going to leave you to it, guys. Thank you very much for coming in. There's a Daddy Longlegs just coming here, commonly known as a crane fly. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get it because my front door's open. I'm going to leave it there, guys, and I'll be back this way tomorrow. Probably be a CB radio, but we'll find out more tomorrow. Yeah, a laser printer would be ideal, but the problem is it's fucking. You get a lot out of them though, don't you? I might look at the possibility. I might look at the possibility of that actually, because you get all laser printers are dearer. You get a lot of fucking print. It doesn't have to be colour. Only has to be black and white. I'm not asked about colour. You know, yeah, that'll probably suit me. Because the stuff doesn't fucking go off. It doesn't fucking dry up because it's already dry, and you know, so yeah. So I'll probably look at that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you to it. You just change the tone now and again. I'm going to leave you to it. Like, share, subscribe. If you want to buy me a coffee, feel free. Buy me a coffee. If you don't, feel free not to. Absolutely. You all take it easy, guys, and the wind's getting up, I can hear it. Bye for now.